Hey everybody, Karen here. Welcome back to Unpinned Creative and the final flip through of all of my dephemerember pages. So I am excited about this, seeing them all in one place. So this is my journal, which started off very flat and has now morphed into a very chunky being. I have actually decided that I'm going to take out all of the dephemerember pages and create their own journal, and I'll do that on camera for you guys to see as well. But for now, let's get to the flip through. So here we are on day 1. Let me zoom you out. Here we go. There we go. So day 1, our prompts were fluff and mason jar, and the animal was hedgehog, and so I used the fluff from a dandelion seed pod thing and popped that into a mason jar. So that was lots of fun. I really enjoyed that, and that set the scene for how much I was going to enjoy every page to follow, and I think I just enjoyed each one a tiny bit more than the last. So day 2 was splatters and playing card, and because I'm a rebel I used bingo cards. Well, they were game cards out of a board game, bingo board game thing, so I kind of counted that as playing card, but I later, when I read through the rest of the list, realised that bingo card was going to be a separate prompt. Anyway, you can watch the video, but giraffe and playing card. I do have a playing card down here in the corner, and I just created a little journaling spot with some gorgeous giraffes on it, and a wee paper clip, easy peasy, just a quick one, and the journaling card. And that was the background. So these, probably not the first one, that's pretty complete. I may do something to it, but also coming up, I'm going to be coming back to some of these pages like this one and finishing off the background. When I started off, I was just trying to get stuff done, videos through, done as quickly as possible and not spend too much time on them. And so I left a lot of backgrounds unfinished, and I will be coming back in the next few weeks and finishing them off, and I'll do that on camera so you guys can share that if you want to. So that is the giraffe page. Day 3 was the penguins, my least popular video, but I love these penguins. That was the journaling card. I made a wee paper clip, just another quick and easy one, and then I created this journaling space, and I love it because it looks to me like these are a group of goths at a dance party, and these are the, another group of not goths, and they're having a face-off. That's what it looks like to me anyway. I know that's silly, but anyway. I love this card, and it just has a little flip out with some penguin fabric and journaling space on the back. Easy peasy. I was just kind of getting into the swing of dephemerember and being back on camera and stuff, and this is definitely a background I'll need to come back to. Day 4 was recycled art and coin envelope, and the animal was turtle, so I used the mock turtle from Alice in Wonderland, and I created a coin envelope out of a piece of textile art sample that I made for this big textile art piece that I am currently working on. So that's what I created the coin envelope out of, and that is the journaling card that just fits in the coin envelope, and then a little cat button closure, Queen of Hearts up there, and that just sits in there with this little flappy bit holding it in. What number are we up to? That was day 4, I think. So again, I'll probably come back and do a bit more to the background on that. Day 5 is number or sentiment and ticket, and the animal was B, so I created these mixed media tickets with journaling space on the back. Used texture paste, stenciling, Yep, fabric, all sorts on that one. Love those. I love them. Love that page. I don't think I'll do anything else to it. Maybe. Oh no, I am going to do something else to it. I've kept the fabric to add to it. Okay, we have day 6 and the elephants, and the prompts were feathers and bingo card. So I made a feather out of some lovely green felted wool. I turned the journaling card into a pocket and created this little piece, mixed media piece, just a journaling spot. I love it. I love the that sort of style, very grungy and cool. So that is day 6. Day 7, the bears. So this is that's a paper clip, I think. Is it? Yes, it's a paper clip that holds the journaling spot closed and keeps the tag under control. So this is just a load of tags. So it's a tag full of tags basically. We have tags, and more tags in here. Another few in the back. So I love that as well. And that just sits in there. Day 8 was, oh yeah, this gorgeous thing. My butterfly angel. So the prompts were beads and postage stamps, and no, postage stamp dangle. So I created this textile dangle out of various different fibers. I made a tiny little book out of postage stamps and gave her some wings, and she just hangs off the end of the page, and then this is just a little flip out, and I love it. I love it so much. Okay, day 8 are we up to? 9. Day 9, collage fodder and junk mail, and the animal was the partridge, and I just did a mixed media collage piece with junk mail envelopes that came from the supermarket. So lots of journaling space, oh, and a little window with a parrot in it. So that was lots of fun. Obviously I need to come back and do more to the background on that one. Day 10 was envelope and leaves, and the animal was the owl. So I have this leaf journaling space made using dried leaves. And I made this little envelope flip out journaling space thingy. Lots of fun. I love that page. Okay, giant tag, jumbo tag I think was the prompt. Jumbo tag and handmade stamp. And the animal was obviously the toucan. So I found this beautiful book page. I didn't want to do anything to it, so I just turned it into a jumbo tag and did a wee bit of collage on the back. This is a little pocket flip, and then this was my handmade stamp. So I created this using twine and twine for the tree trunk and foam packaging for the leaves, and it worked. I was pretty happy with how that worked. I'll use that stamp again, no doubt. This one, I love this page also. I love this page so much, I think because of all the textiles on it. This one was day 12, and it was postcard and lace. I didn't want to do anything to my vintage postcards. I just wanted to create a space to keep them so that I could pull them out and look at them. They're all handwritten. They're from the very early 1900s, and I love them a lot. I treasure them. So I just made a space to keep them. And so a little lace pocket. There's lace in the background. And then this dude has some little postage stamps in there. Cool little sequined hat. Yep, love that page. I think it's very cool. This page was, let me see, acetate and banner, and the animal was the seahorse. So I created a banner out of acetate and a little pocket and an underwater scene, using all sorts of different things. I love that page too. I love all of these pages. And it has a little mermaid on it. And there is a seahorse up there. There's a little seahorse. So very cool, that one. Oh, the peacock page. Oh, I loved this. I loved making this. This was lots of fun to make. So this was day 14 and it was pattern and matchbook. So there is a pocket in the back. There is a flip here and a flip there. And then this matchbook, which has 3 tiers of stamps, and they're all perforated, so you can just tear them out easy peasy and use them. And that just hooks over this piece of rickrack on the side. I love that. That was awesome. Oh yeah, Punk Flamingo, day 15. So cool. So he has a mohawk made out of LED lights. They don't go. You know, I would, that would be so cool, and one day I probably will do something like that, but I did not have time for dephemerember. But just the bulbs of LED lights. He has a little leather jacket, a metal earring, stud, metal choker, and yep, some pink, some punk tartan, and a safety pin. All the things you need to be a punk. So I love that. Alrighty, day 16, raccoons and index cards. I didn't have any index cards that you typically as a junk journaler would call index cards, but I had an index book, so I used those just to create journaling space. This was a tough one for me for some reason. I lost my mojo. I guess that's because it was over halfway through and I was getting tired by this stage, but I just did some collage and stenciling on each of the pages and sewed that directly onto the journaling page. Made a little flip with the journaling card and some packaging, a packaging flip there to hold it all together. So did I mention what the prompts were? The prompts were packaging and index card booklet. So that's what I did for that. Oh, love this one. I don't know, this may be my most favourite page. Day 17, rust and bookmark. So rust, this is my kind of art. I love doing stuff like this. So that is a bookmark that I have created a faux rust effect with. Put a gigantic moth on, and there's journaling space on the back, ruined wallpaper, journaling space. And yep, the animal was moth, and I could not resist using this beautiful, beautiful moth. I love it so much. And I put a paper clip on it just to hold it in place. So very, very cool, that one. This is my most popular page, oddly enough. I really didn't expect this would be the most popular page. The beautiful goldfish. I love so much the concerned look on this dude's face. It's hilarious, and I do love this background. So the prompts were handmade stencil and notepad. So I made the stencil for the plants, the seaweed in the background, added some bubbles, and then my notepad is this, just made with scraps, and it's just held in with a brad. You can just tear those pages out to use them if you want to. Yeah, love that page, and so do all of you. Thank you very much. I'm very, very grateful to all you guys for watching and subscribing and all of that stuff. So grateful and amazed. Another of my most favourite pages. This one was made in honour of my very best friend in Australia, and you'll have to watch the video to find out all about that. But this is a snail who wants to be a pirate, and he has telescopes for eyes and a ship stuck on his shell, and he's collected a whole bunch of treasure, and I just love this whole page. And he is actually a pocket a bottom pocket, if I can get the card out, if I haven't glued it in. There we go. Fabric and tab, page tab was the prompts. So his body and shell are fabric. Obviously I have a fabric little tab on the journaling card, and yep, I love this page so much. It's so cool. Oh, and now we have a grungy mouse, and I have not written the prompts down for him, but it was grunge and snippet strip, and that was day 20. Grunge, one of my favourite things, and snippet strip. So here's my snippet strip, and I made it into a belly band, a sideways belly band, and we have the little mouse, and he has there's a cotton reel on the end here that the snippet strip is attached to, and that just slides into there with a grungy background. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, day 21. Another one of my favourite pages, because of course it reminds me of my other home in Australia and my beautiful friend over there. So the prompts were, what were the prompts? The prompts were tea bag, I'm pretty sure. Tea bag and button. So I made some teacups, and I have a tea bag. This little pouch with the button on it is created out of a used tea bag, and inside is just a beautiful quote that that makes me think of my friend that I had to leave behind in Australia. And yep, and it also I made it to, in my mind, look like a kangaroo pouch. So this is a chai rooibos tea bag, and it smells divine, and that just sits in the top there. And I folded this up like a tea bag, this journaling card, or paper now, and that sits in there, and the little pouch sits in there too. So they are teacup pockets and rooibos tea. Look at this cute little Joey. So love that page too. And this page. I love all of the pages. Okay, this is day 22, and it was water and envelope insert. So for water, I have a water droplet, obviously. The animal was hamster, and there he is in the little water droplet, poking his head around the corner. I counted this piece as the envelope insert. And then that's obviously an envelope insert, and then I put a whale on the front because whales go with water, and he was really cool and I wanted to use him. That's all. Right, day 23, we have flower and paper doll. So this was my paper doll. I used this gorgeous little monkey and made some flowers out of packaging and put some moss out of the garden in there, and that's a little tuck spot. And I love it. I love that page very much. And we're nearly there. Day 24 was specimen card. Never made one before, decided I'd make a giant one. So I made the whole page a specimen card. The animal was mosquito, and the other prompt was coffee and tea. And so yep, made a giant specimen card there, and a little paper clip on the back which has the journaling card attached. And then we are up to the last page, which is day 25, and it was ATC, bird and leather. Now, I did not use leather. When I finished doing the ATCs in the December 25 video, at the end I said I'd forgotten to use leather and I would use it when I came back and did the background page with you. Well, I just finished the background page and I forgot to use leather again. So this page is not having leather. I'm being a rebel for the last day. But I love how it turned out. I think it's really cool. So I have my 3 ATCs in here, but 2 of these are going to be sent away, which you will know if you watched the last video. This one is going to my beautiful friend Jerry, and this one is going to a random person who comments on the day 25 video. I'll be drawing that on the 27th of January, if you're interested. Okay, so, and this is day 25, the page I just finished, which I love. I love it so much. I love this bird, and I love the colours, and my ATC fits in here perfectly, and yeah, it's really cool. So, thank you so much for joining me again. If you want to see how I made this page, just keep watching. I'm just going to attach the process video for this to the end of this flip through. Just so that people who didn't want to sit through that to see the flip through didn't have to. But that will follow on from now. And I just wanted to say thank you so much, everyone, for joining me on this month-long journey. It's been amazing. I've loved it so much. I'm so grateful to all my new subscribers and everyone who has given me wonderful comments and likes and all of that stuff. Thank you so much, and I hope you've all had a lovely holiday season and are ready to go and firing on all cylinders for the new year. So I will see you in a day or two with another video. Alrighty, let's get on to finishing the background of this page, which is going to hold my ATC. All I've done so far is fussy cut out this quetzal. I think that's how you say it, bird. And because I love it so much, so that he's going to be the main feature on this page. And then I have just put a tissue down, a serviette down on the page. And now what I'm going to do is take my craft knife and cut around some of these leaves, because I want this page to be kind of special, seeing as it marks the end of dephemerember, and I really loved doing this event. So I am going to do this, and I'll be back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so that is done, and these two pieces will come in handy somewhere else. So, oh, hang on, let me get the cat hop off my paper, and then you'll be able to see better. Susie girl always has to be sitting nearby, preferably on something inconvenient. Anyway, so this is what I have now, and I'm very happy with that. So when we bring the bird back in, he is going to fit there, like that. And I think I want to lighten up this background because it's too dark. The bird is getting lost. So what I'm going to do that is bring in this stencil. It is just a cheap one I found on Amazon from Craft Treat, and it's called Harlequin Script, I think, something like that. And I'm going to use my white ink pad, which I just tipped upside down, and my blending brush. I've never used my white ink pad with the blending brush before, but let's see what happens. And also, I didn't clean my brush, so it still has other stuff on it, other colours on it, so this will be interesting. Going okay so far. It's pretty cool, in my opinion. Okay, now I might have just ruined my brush, but we'll see. Okay, now I'm going to get this Stays On Opaque Baby Blue. That has not got any ink on it yet. I was given this. Someone won it. And didn't need it, so they offered it to me, which was very, very kind of them. And now I'm going to pop this back on and see what this does. Might just be making a big smushy mess. I'm not putting it on exactly where the white ones were. I am just making a big smushy mess at this stage, but it's okay because it's my mess. Okay, I'm going to stop doing that before I do just make it into a big smushy mess. And I'll have to go wash that brush out later. Alright, now, but let's see. I don't think that made much difference to how well he stands off the page either. He's such a fancy bird. I think he needs a fancy piece of lace. Yeah, I think that's okay. I think that's pretty cool actually. What I am going to do is see if this is dry. Right, I just gave my brush a bit of a clean, and I am going to bring in this purple because I love purple and just lightly go over the top of the serviette. I just want to bring out those the texture. Actually, I might just use, yeah, I'm just going to use the ink pad. Okay, that's cool. That is what I was after. A bit more interest, something bright in the background. Now, let's bring in my lace. Yep, this is looking awesome, in my opinion. Okay, so that's cool. Now what? Let me ink up the bird. He needs to be inked up. That will help as well with him standing out. I'm just using Vintage Photo. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is just pop some of my aluminium tape on this branch on the back and just his head on the back, because I need those, I want those to be a little bit more reinforced. Also, did I do his tail? No. There we go. Okay, it's only been a day and I'm already out of the swing of videoing. Okay, and I will just cut the excess off with my knife. As always, it would have been much easier for me to do this before I fussy cut the bird out, but I never remember, and it's mostly because I fussy cut first and then think about what I'm actually going to do with that fussy cut later. And if you haven't seen the other video where I used this I can't remember which one it was now. This is just, I think it's used by electricians and you get it from the hardware store, and it's aluminium tape. And I like using it in my mixed media projects because it's really cool. You can create really cool textures and stuff with it. And of course you don't have to use this tape. I could have just glued a book page to the back of this. It's just that I cleaned up my sewing table yesterday, which is where I have been doing dephemerember because it's nice and big and I can stand up at it. Anyway, I cleaned it up yesterday because I now need to use it for sewing and get back to work. And the aluminium tape was the closest thing I had. So I just grabbed that, but a book page or, you know, anything else that will reinforce, you just need it. I just needed an extra layer because the head is going to be sticking out the top of the page, so I need him to be a bit stronger. And then I'm going to be making this branch thing into a little, or it's going to be a little tuck spot for my ATC that I am keeping. Alrighty. Excellent. Okay. I'm actually really liking this page more and more the more I look at it, so yay. Now what? So the idea is my ATC will go in there like that, which I think is really cool. So I need to glue that all down. And then I'll have to put my bird card on there, my journaling card on there. But where? Okay. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, first I need to glue down this lace. Okay, I'm just going to use my quick dry adhesive and I'm just going to go like this. Oopsie, there's a triangle shape at the bottom. And that should be enough to hold it down. I'm thinking. Okay. Okay, I need some black. I think I definitely want to do these edges in black. Not that black though. Okay, what I'm going to do is get my Posca paint marker and bring this stencil back in. And this might be entirely not what I want to do, but I'm doing it. That's what I needed. Okay, I'm going to do some more up here. I think they need to be filled in. Yeah, definitely. Yep, cool. Okay, and then I'm going to take my black water solid. Actually, I'm not because this is annoying me. I'm going to take my black eyeshadow. And again, if you've watched my previous videos, you'll understand this. So this is just a stiff, dry paintbrush and black eyeshadow, just cheap black eyeshadow. That's made it nice and grungy. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Somehow I've made a big mess again on my table. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, I'm going to glue him down. So I'm going to glue all of the bird, but not this part of the tree trunk. Here's Susie Girl back again in the paint water. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this. So that's going to sit in there like that, and I think it's pretty cool. So I just need to make this into a journaling card now. Let me see if I can show it to you better. You probably have seen it better in the journal, in the flip through, prior to me making this. Because I'm doing it, flipping it around for those that didn't want to be bothered watching the background be made. Okay, I'm going to make this into a journaling card, journaling space. And actually, this text block was on the other side of that bird, and it has a really interesting information about the Quetzal, I think that's how you say it, bird. So I'd actually quite like to keep that. So what I might do is just trim this. Yeah. Right, I'm going to glue this onto here. I didn't clean my ink pad again, my ink blending brush. So there's all sorts of colours in this. Looks cool though. Looks cool. very not straight. It's perfect. Okay, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. So now I can journal there and read about the bird, and if I don't want to keep that bit, I can journal over the top of that if I want to later on. So I think I will just slide that in there like that, and that will be my journaling page, my final journaling page completed with my ATCs. So just to recap, this one is off to South Dakota to live with Jerry. Hi Jerry. And this one is going to some beautiful person who comments on my last dephemerember video, which is day 25. I will draw a random person on the 27th of January and grab your postal details off you and send this over to you. So if you haven't already and would like to have a chance to be the lucky recipient, just go and leave a comment. Any comment, even just an emoji will be fine. And yep, I'll draw a random winner and someone can add that to their collection if you want to. Alrighty, that is that. Thanks so much for joining me. I will see you in the next video.